I bought a tour bus right after my accident
Yeah.
while I was in the burn
Wait,
center.
can we talk about your accident for a second?
Yeah, if you want to.
I have a horrific fear of flying. I've had it forever, and I think I'll die probably from my lifestyle on planes before I ever die in a plane crash. What? How quick does it happen?
It was quick. Everything was really quick. I was like you. I was white knuckling every flight, even before my plane crash. I already had a fear of flying, almost to the point where I always think back and I'm like, gosh, did I manifest this? Because it was just always in the back of my head. I was always afraid of flying. I was always avoiding it. And then, yeah, it all happened pretty quick.
It happened on takeoff, right?
Yeah.
The tire blew out? Mm-hmm. And do you get thrown around the plane? Because it's private, so I'm imagining you're probably not wearing seatbelts.
No, I was wearing a seatbelt.
Oh, fuck.
I was wearing a seatbelt, and yeah, I was the only one awake. Like, I just was like, because I was the only kind of nervous flyer, too. But yeah, I wasn't sober. I had taken a few pills, had a drink,
Thank God.
smoked a couple blunts in order to even get on the plane and go home that night. Because I was like, we have a commercial flight tomorrow. Like, it's just whatever. Everyone wanted to get home, so we booked a private. Yeah, tires blew on takeoff. Plane went out of control, caught fire, and then hit an embankment. And then everyone was dead on impact besides me and AM. He was the only person I could get to because he was on the side of me. And I went forward to try to get to everyone else, and my arms caught fire, my hands caught fire, and then that's when I jumped out of the emergency exit, jumped into the jet that was full of fuel.
Were you able to do the thing that they say?
Fuck yeah, I got out of that plane so quick. Like,
really?
My fight or flight was on. I grabbed DJ AM, woke him up, opened that door. Yeah. Well, I had to shake him. He was the only person I could get to. And then opened that door and then jumped out.
And you jumped in the jet fuel?
I unfortunately jumped right into the jet fuel. Yeah. And then, yeah, my whole body caught fire, ran for some distance alongside a highway, and then couldn't figure out how to get my body off fire. And then someone in a car was like, stop, drop, and roll. And I could hear it out of all the noise and the sirens and everything that was going on. I did that, and then AM patted out like the last bit. It was like my socks, because they were like super, soaked in fuel.
Oh, fuck.
And then, and then a few seconds later, like maybe a minute later, like the plane like completely like burst into flames. And then, that was pretty much everything. But it happened so fast. Like, taking off is the worst thing for me. I'm back flying now. It's been almost 17 years. I've flown for the last 2 years, but takeoff is like the worst thing imaginable for me,
How did you get back into a plane?
Well, I spent a lot of time off of it, like you said. Took the bus, would drive from LA to New York to get on a boat from New York to London, which was another 10 days. So I did all this for so long.
You know how sexy I find that? Like, I go, give me that life. I'll do that.
Yeah.
I would love that. If you told me, you got a show in London, but here's the deal. You take a train to Chicago, you're going to drive to New York, and then we're getting you on a fucking bus, a boat across the Atlantic.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hell yeah, man. But I'm not doing that sober. I'm doing that drunk.
Yeah, I did 5 or 6 transatlantic crossings.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Is it rough?
In the Queen Mary too. There's times that it's rough, but it's not bad. I mean, it beat flying for me for a long time. I would just have to leave 2 weeks before a tour to get there. And then the guys would leave, obviously the day before. Tour was over, it'd take me 2 weeks to get home, So.
God dang.
But yeah, I mean, I loved traveling in a bus. And then something hit me. Around the same time I met my wife, I was like, man, fuck anything that has power over me. Like, I was just weeding all of that out of my life. Like, I was running towards anything I was afraid of at the time. I was just like, fuck this, fuck that. Like, I'm not going to be weak. Like, nothing's going to have power over me. And flying was the next thing. I was just like, I'm going to do it. And then I had told her, I said, just surprise me when it's going to happen. I'm down to try it. So she didn't tell me, went to an airport, flew to Mexico. And it was like.
Private or commercial?
Private. But yeah, and which was even kind of, that was kind of sketchy.
What size plane?
I mean, it's different too, because it's like, it's my wife's sister's plane. So I know the plane's legit. I know like it went through maintenance. So that was.
My wife doesn't have a sister. God damn it.
Damn it.
Yeah.
No, but that was pretty, like, I was pretty comfortable because I knew the situation. I knew who owned the plane. But yeah, my flight to Mexico was cool. Flight back was cool. And then I just started knocking them off.
Really?
You know? My third flight that I took, we started losing cabin pressure. It was terrible. And I'm like, and I feel it. I'm like, babe, my ears, it feels like we're landing right now. She's like, you think so? And I'm like, 1000%. Like, your ears aren't plugged? And then I'm looking up and the door to the plane is open and I see them, I see them stressing and I see homie grab the oxygen and I'm like, babe, I'm going up to talk to him. Something's up. Go up there and he's like, you're right. We're losing cabin pressure. We're trying to talk to so-and-so. We're trying to figure it out. If we can't figure it out in the next 5 minutes, we're going to land. Luckily, like 5-10 minutes later, they figured it out. The plane was okay. But that was the only close call that I've had since my accident, which kind of set me back for a few flights. But yeah, I figure that there's like a million things that could kill me, right? You know? Being in a bus, they say, is way more dangerous for us than being in a plane. I just think...
That's what they say.
Yeah. I just feel like it's a little less... It's just not as horrible or horrific as a plane crash.
Yeah.
A bus crash.
Yeah. On a bus, maybe it rolls, and I think I got some chances.
Yeah.
Got a lot of pillows in my room. And then you have no idea how I've had some rough flights, and I've flown a lot. But I've refused. I try desperately not to fly private now because I just have never enjoyed it, and I'm paying so much money to do something I really, really hate, and I don't get to fly in her sister's good plane.
I'll send you her number, maybe.
No, I know her dad or mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I did pretty well. I know Caitlin. Right? Is Caitlin the sisters?
Yeah, some of the sisters.
The one that's got the plane though.
Kendall and Kylie.
Yeah, and then but whose plane is it?
Two of the girls have planes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Bert and Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call two bears, one cave.